My mind is open. Hello everyone and welcome back to A Kupel Books. This is Kupel as per usual, and today we are going to be doing another book tag. But before we get started, I just like to say thank you guys for your patience. We had some technical issues last week and hence why there was not any more videos last week, but everything should be resolved as of when this video is posted. So let us get started with today's video. Today we are going to be doing a very special tag. We are going to be doing Under the Influence book tag. I saw this on Amanda May's channel, so please do check her out. Her channel link will be down in the description box down below, as per usual. And as well, be sure to check out the original creator of this tag, which is A Book Olive. Their channel will also be down below. So with that, let's get started. We have 10 questions. Super excited to get into it today. So with that, let us get started. Okay, first question, everybody. Everyone, are you sure you're buckled in? Okay, let's get started. Number 1. What's a fantastic book you read off of the recommendation of another booktuber? And oppositely, what's a book that you were talked out of reading by another booktuber? Or their review of it, of the book at least. So, let's answer each of these questions. So, a book that I have read because of another booktuber, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that is a lot of books on my bookshelves are because of other booktubers, and that's just like honest to God truth. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. However, I can say that I did start and finish and continue, or should continue with, whatever the word is in English, people, okay? Don't ask me questions. The Dresden Files by Jim Butcher was a book series that I had originally picked up, and I started reading it and I hated it, to be honest with y'all. Like the second book, this like Fool's Moon, did not love at all. And it was actually Daniel Green's channel, who's a pretty huge booktuber. His channel link will be down below. He actually convinced me to keep reading it, and I ended up loving the series. It's one of my most favorite series of all time. But that is just one of many. There's been millions, not millions, that's an over-exaggeration, Kupel. Please, calm down. There's been many books that have been recommended to me thanks to Booktube. As I go primarily to you guys who are fellow booktubers watching today, and I pretty much go to you guys for my next book reading options. So, thank y'all for all the options that I have to read and my growing TBR pile. It's wonderful. Yes. Okay, moving on. The second part of this question is, what's a book that you were talked out of reading? So, there have actually been a few books I've been talked out of reading. There is a book that I was talked out of reading, but I did read it anyways, even though I knew it was going to be horrible, and that was Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. This was a book that many booktubers were saying was horrible, and I was like, it's going to be horrible. And I read it anyways just to see how bad it actually was, and it was truly, dreadfully awful. At the end of the day, I think that most of the time, if a booktuber says it's a bad book, I usually try and find another reason that I would agree with that person, such as another booktuber. It's like getting a doctor checkup, you know? If the doctor says, I don't know where I'm going with this. I listen to nobody, because I'm a strong, independent man. Okay, moving on. Number 2, everybody. Has Booktube opened your mind to or changed your mind about any genres? Absolutely 100%. I used to be pretty much a solely YA adult fantasy reader. I did not branch out. I read the same exact books time and time again. I was pretty much stuck in a YA middle grade adult fantasy slump, and that was pretty much the only thing I read. Through Booktube, I ended up getting into sci-fi, mystery genres, into especially murder mysteries, other types of YA, urban fantasy. All these books, and most of the books I read today, are because of Booktube and how it's opened my mind. My mind is open. Number 3, how much time did you spend on YouTube before Booktube, and how much time do you spend on it today? Well, I probably am on Booktube majority of the time. Like, pretty much Booktube is always open on my computer, and I'm always scrolling through videos, watching people's videos. In terms of general YouTube, I'm on that pretty much primarily. If it's not Netflix, it's YouTube, and if it's not YouTube, it's Netflix. So pretty much for my entertainment purposes, I am on there at least a few times a day, and I probably spend in the hours ranges. Yes, let's be honest here, even though that hurt to say. Moving on. Okay, number 4. How many books did you read per month per year before Booktube, and how many do you read now? Okay, so as you guys know, I'm a horrible mood reader, and so I swing back and forth between high reading months and low reading months. I have gone as high as like high teens in terms of how much I've read per month since joining Booktube, and I've also gone as low as like 4 to 6. So it's a very wide range in terms of how much I'll read a month. It really just depends on my mood and what I'm feeling, and also of course the types of books I'm picking up. Like obviously some high fantasy books are going to take a lot longer than some urban fantasy books. So with that, let's just average it out, because that's obviously what the question is trying to ask, and I am trying to overcomplicate it as per usual. So stop overcomplicating it. Before YouTube, I probably read a book or 2 or 3 a week. So what is that? That's between 4 to 12 books a month. And now I read between 6 to 20 books a month. I'm just gonna guesstimate there. So my reading habits haven't really changed, but I'm more consistent. I try and aim for higher numbers each month, when before I didn't often reach that 12 book mark. Before I would reach like the 4 book mark. But now I try and reach like that higher teen level mark more often. Is this English? Does this make sense what I'm saying to you people? I apologize sincerely. Number 5. Has Booktube affected your book buying habits? And if so, are you pleased or displeased by this? Booktube has absolutely completely destroyed my book buying habits. It is horrible. I buy so many books, way more than I used to. I used to be very, 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 very okay with rereading books, but because of Booktube, first of all, being on Booktube, and second of all, watching other booktubers, I find so many more books that I want to read, and also in addition, I want to read so many more books to recommend to you guys. So I definitely buy way more books than I used to. Like last year couple spent way less money than this year couple. This year couple's broke. This year couple eats out of ramen noodle packets and is a broke college student trying to make his way in the world. Number 6, has a review by a booktuber ever retroactively made you reconsider your stance on the book? Absolutely. When I have a booktuber, especially a booktuber that I listen to often, or a booktuber friend, or a booktuber that I trust their opinion heavily, and they say they hate a series, it definitely makes me think about why do they hate the series, why do I love the series, or vice versa, and then I have to try, and it usually doesn't always change exactly how I feel. Like I'm never going to be like, I love this book to I hate this book, or I hate this book to I love this book, but it definitely will make me retroactively think about what did I originally feel about this book and such. For example, The Iron Druid Chronicles by Kevin Hearn. Boom. This series I adore. I really enjoy it. I don't think it's like necessarily high in literature value. Do I think it's necessarily the best series ever written? No. Is it a super enjoyable, super fun urban fantasy read with Greek gods and everything like that? Absolutely. I love it for that. It's got a great dog companion. Who doesn't love a good donkey? Good donkey. It'll kill you. But nonetheless, I've seen multiple booktubers go and say that this book series is really not worth your time and that it's really not good. Do I agree with some points that are made? For example, I never really loved the ending, but I didn't really realize how precisely bad it was and for what reasons it was bad until after watching a few other booktubers read it. I didn't really realize why someone might not love the series as much as I did until watching other booktubers rate it and say they don't like it. So that's just one example of many. Moving forward. Number 7, are there any videos you've been inspired to make after seeing another booktuber's videos? Have you ever felt inspired by another booktuber's style? The examples are their video style, their book organization style, their personal style, anything. Yes and no. Most of the time I try and present myself how I want to present myself. In terms of upgrades and how I can make the show better, I definitely look at other booktubers and see what they're doing, and I try and see how are their videos superior than mine, because most booktubers videos are, and so then I say, oh, they're better because they do it like this, and then I try and take that and incorporate it and turn it into something that I feel comfortable doing. So I definitely draw inspiration from other booktubers in terms of how I present and what type of material I present and how I structure my videos. Not so much in a copy and paste format, but more so how is theirs superior to mine, and then I answer that question, and then I try and remedy that in any way possible. In terms of once I see videos, do I copy them? Definitely, obviously, we're doing tag videos, so there, once again, that's one example of how if I see a video I really enjoy, like a Booktube tag, I will definitely copy it. For example, Amanda May did this tag, I saw it, and I did it because it seemed like such a fun tag to do. In terms of video ideas, yes and no. There are some ideas I've always wanted to do that I've seen other booktubers do beforehand, so yes and no. Why? I choose option C. Number 8, what are some pressures you feel on your reading life because of your channel? Well, definitely because of my channel, I definitely feel like I have to read more, and that's not a bad thing, and this is not like a guilt thing. I definitely want to read more, and this gives me the necessary pressure to achieve those goals. Are there times during the month where I have the option of rereading a series I really love or picking up a new book? I definitely will more often pick up a new book since starting this channel. In addition to that, I do try and spend more time reading since this channel has started in order to provide more content to you guys. So yes, I definitely feel my reading habits have changed, but for the better, not for the negative, for the better. Number 9. In what way, if any, do you feel the social element of the community has influenced your reading? Do you think about books differently since joining? I don't really think so. In terms of social aspects, I think it's amazing. I've mentioned multiple times that I love a lot of the booktubers I watch, and I talk with them, and we chit-chat, and I really enjoy it. And I find communicating with fellow booktubers is a great thing for finding new book recommendations, getting new ideas flowing, get the juices of creativity out there. I'm pushing it out there for you guys to have some. Sharing is caring. Do you think about books differently since joining? And that is also, actually, it's totally yes. I'm much more critical about my reading. I read much more of a critical lens than just a pure enjoyment or disenjoyment lens. So that is definitely a factor. And when I think about especially reviewing individual books, I definitely spend much more time considering characters and writing style than I used to. So these are definitely all factors. I also have learned how to name specific parts of the book that I did not enjoy previously. For example, if I did not like the writing style of a book, I didn't really know how to convey that or how to look out for that up until now, where now I've spent time trying to analyze different writing styles, different voices and different tones, and I've tried to convey to you guys what I saw and what I didn't like based off of those specific characteristics. English is a really hard language. Apparently I can't speak. It's not my fault, okay? I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way. Hey, hey. Number 10. What impact do you hope your channel will have on the booktube community and or aspiring booktubers? I hope any booktuber who sees this video feels welcome to be a part of the couple community and wants to talk to me and wants to ask questions. And I love critiques. I love compliments, of course, obviously. I love compliments, people, okay? Gushing. But no, I honestly feel that I hope that anyone who is looking to start a YouTube channel and sees this video definitely can sense from my inability to convey myself properly that anyone can start a YouTube channel. You don't need to be Mr. Extrovert or Mrs. Extrovert. You don't need to be the most outgoing person in the world. You don't need to be a super reader who reads 30 books a month. You don't need to be any of these things. If you like books and you want to talk about books, you're welcome in the community. Okay, I'm here, and if I'm here, then anyone can be here. Let's be honest here. The bar is really low if I'm here. So pretty much anyone else who wants to join the community is going to surpass that bar quite easily, let me say, okay? My bar, the couple bars like down here, and then every other bar is like up there. Okay, so yes. I hope that my channel will also give other YouTubers the opportunity to see different books, because I always try and find books that maybe are not as well spoken about on this platform. Examples would be the Invisible Library series by Genevieve Cogman, just to name one. And this is a series that I love a lot, and I don't see that oftenly mentioned on Booktube. So I hope that I'm bringing some new books, and I hope that I'm inspiring some booktubers to find new books that they didn't hear about before. So these are, I think they're pretty consistent, and I think that my answers are probably pretty consistent to any other booktuber for this question in particular. But I think that's the best way to answer it. And I see the hole that I dug now, and I'm just gonna stop digging now. And I'm just gonna shut up and do some shout outs. So, thank you guys so much. Let us do some shout outs for people who I want to tag to do this. Number 1, we're gonna be tagging Rosie. Rosie, I hope you'll do this tag. Then we have Jess the Book Freak. Hi Jess. Hi. Then we got C. Oldham. C, it's been a long time. Let's do a tag, okay? We got Joe Wilkinson. And then Nikki Renee. I hope all 5 of you will feel comfortable doing this tag, and I hope to see it all on your guys' channels. And if you guys are curious about checking out their videos, please go down in the description box and click on their links to their channels, subscribe, comment, like, do all the lovey-dovey thingies. But besides that, I think it's everything. But if you guys want to do this tag, please feel free to do it. I was not tagged to do this video, I just wanted to do it. So here I am. Yeah. Yeah, so feel free to do this video. And once again, I think that's everything now. Actually, officially, let's stop talking. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you guys so much. Welcome back to A Couple Books. Well, no, not welcome back. Bye. Oh wow, we're just gonna not. All right, everyone. Goodbye. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully soon. And with that, toodaloo. If you guys haven't, maybe drop down, like, comment, subscribe. You can comment anything. Comment today, what are some of your answers to these questions? See you guys in the next video. Bye now.